your bag it up. Light up my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flips me a bag it up. Say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Good evening, peeps. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are tuning in the world. This is iBoxing Hub. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. It's very important. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours truly, Tre. What is good?
All good, cuz, man. What you saying? Hopefully, it's been a good week thus far.
Yeah. Yes. Bank holiday.
Bank holiday. So obviously the week started short for everyone. So yeah, cuz, man, I'm just excited. We've obviously got a big fight over the weekend, which we obviously need to, preview. We obviously got Canelo back. Obviously, Bukayo Saka knows we have a lot to talk about. Especially you, Saka. We've got a lot to talk about, mate. Arsenal. Well, it's a completely different subject. Boxing, you don't need to get there for football, but enough love for everyone to sort of, tune into the show. Cuz, look, start us off, man. Start us off. What's the latest in the boxing world right now, man?
Buatsi's fighting this weekend. He's had a year out, so he's back this weekend, hopefully with a big bang. And also, Top Rank have won the bid. Callum Smith will be fighting Bertabiv on Top Rank. I'm not too sure when, but I reckon that Callum Smith's got a good chance of being Bertabiv,
Yeah.
Honestly, I reckon he's got a good chance.
Yeah, of course, man. He's got a puncher's chance. He's got a good opportunity, of course. Bertabiv, of course, is look, he's a tough guy, man. He's gonna get in there. He's technically sound. He knows how to land his shots, man. So he's a heavy hander. Better chance than Yard. Look,
Do you know what? I don't. It's a trick one because Callum Smith. Well, this was a year ago. He was allegedly supposed to fight Buatsi, but the fight never happened. But I think Callum Smith could potentially be a danger in the light heavyweight division. He done well in the middleweight, but moving up to lightweight, I think he's got a good slim chance of he could possibly do the job. I mean, if he does, then boy, he's ruined the whole party. Do you know what I mean? We'll never get to see Bivol and Bertabiv.
100%, cuz 100%, and I think it's going to be a good competitive fight. It's good that obviously Top Rank have secured the bag. Let's say obviously we've got the Mexicans calling the purse bids bags. So obviously I'm happy that that's been secured. So yeah, look, let's see what happens if that fight transpires, and let's see what venue it's going to be at as well. Is it going to be in the States? Obviously, Top Rank, it looks like it'll probably be in the States. But let's see what happens. Callum's obviously got a tremendous opportunity, to become champion at this weight. And yeah, I think he's got a very good chance of getting a result. Look, Tony Ellis, obviously, big up. He's obviously asking, cuz, rank the light heavyweights in the UK. Who's your top 5? Cuz, you.
That's a question for you. That's a question for you.
Top 5s is pretty hard, man, because light heavyweight is we've obviously got Yard, you got Buatsi, we've got Smith, of course. There's number 1, there's not a standout at the moment, if I'm honest with you. There's not a standout person that I could sort of put as number 1. They're all sort of in a level playing field. Lyndon Arthur, look, big up Lyndon Arthur as well. Obviously been caught in the spot. Big up Lyndon Arthur. And yeah, cuz, look, if you was to put those fighters in order, who would you sort of rank? So Lyndon Arthur, you got.
I would have to. Do you know what? At this point, I would have to put Yard number 1. My reasons is from his last performance, because out of everyone so far, it's Yard that's had 2 title shots. I would have to put. It's gonna have to be Yard. Then I suppose then it's gonna have to be Callum Smith. Then it's gonna have to be what's his name? Spider, Craig Richards.
Oh, how have we not
Yeah,
even
yeah.
mentioned?
Reasons for saying because again, remember he fought Bivol, even though he lost the fight, but he's a world title contender. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, don't get me wrong, Buatsi still there, but I need to see him fight somebody credible. Not to say, oh, his opponents ain't credible, but I don't really know much of his opponents. I mean, like, look, should he win, I believe he will win this Saturday. It will be nice if he can challenge the winner of Bertabiv and Callum Smith.
Yeah.
The winner or the loser. Do you know what I mean? Because we want to see all this. Because, like, look, everybody talks about Yard and Buatsi, yeah. We don't know when that's going to happen. I know they were saying, oh, you know, when they win title shots and blah, blah, blah. But look, the reality is the titles are being held by Bertabiv and Bivol, yeah. Bivol, he's most likely going to be fighting Canelo after this fight. So him and Bertabiv, it's not going to happen. Callum Johnson can ruin the party. He can take all the belts. You know what I'm saying? You know, who knows? But I want to see Buatsi more active, man. I want to see
Dan Aziz as well.
Dan Aziz, definitely. One thing I like about Dan Aziz, yeah, he's gone through the traditional route. Do you know what I'm saying? He's won all the belts. Now he's the European champion. So in theory, you know, not long left until he'll be knocking on the door for a world title shot. But I think for now, everyone's avoiding Bertabiv and Bivol. I think they're just waiting for someone to ruin the party, and then, you know, I don't know, I could be wrong, but that's how it seems. But it is in no particular order. But like I said, number one for me will have to be Yard, and then
because I'm not gonna lie, so that's a very, very sort of difficult question to ask. And look, big up Tony Ellis for getting involved in the discussions and for, you know, asking us these questions that, look, we want to know.
Sorry to cut you there. Just going back to Tony's question. Sorry, what he said. Buatsi's own trainer said he ain't ready. But here's the thing: when will he be ready? Because I believe he's 30 now. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, how long are we going to wait? Because look, their division is booming at the moment. You know, it's booming, and I don't know if everyone in that division is going to get a title shot. You know, that's just the reality of life. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, I believe, okay, after this fight, maybe another 2 more fights, but I want to see him in a world title shot, a world title fight. Do you know what I mean? Or fight somebody credible, somebody big. Like I said, I would like to see Buatsi and Callum Smith. I would like to see Buatsi and Yard.
Yeah.
You know, I would like to see Buatsi and Bivol. I'd like to see Buatsi and Bertabiv.
Most of them are with BOXXER too. Look, obviously,
That's what I'm trying to say. The fights can happen, but I don't know if Dan Aziz will fight Buatsi. I mean, not to say he doesn't want to, but I just think, like, he's got the belts. Well, the route that he's gone, I feel that he should focus on the bigger prize. Do you know what I mean? Challenge himself for the world title. If that goes tits up, whatnot, you know, Buatsi will always be there. Yard will always be there, but. Don't know, man. I like Dan Aziz, man. Just humble, just focused. He's just doing his thing, man.
That's just.
And also, we're forgetting as well. What's his name? He's in the scene. Ben something. Is it Whitaker? Any light heavyweight? Ben. You don't know what I'm talking about. What's his name?
What's his name?
His coach is Sugar Hill. He last fought on AJ and Usyk vs AJ undercard at Saudi. I don't think it was live on air. That's it.
Look, big up Retail Boxing as well, man. Big up. Obviously, showing some love, and thank you so much for tuning into the show, Kronk Jim. Yes, cause you're right. Look, I sort of was just zoning out, just trying to figure out who he was talking about. But yeah, look, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. Ben Whitaker is the man. And look, this
but again, with Ben Whitaker, yeah, he's the man, but I need to see more. Like, he hasn't really fought anyone. I need to see more. And you got to big up Sugar Hill, man. He's a knockout artist.
Oh, trust me.
Knockout artist.
Knockout artist. He trains guys to knock guys out. It's the Kronk way, and that's why I like what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? So I like what he's doing because that's the Kronk way. That's the way to just get guys out. Like he trains people to lay in that knockout punch. So you already know what the game plan is when you're training at Kronk Gym and when you're training with the likes of Sugar Hill. And if you want to sort of think back in the days, Emmanuel Stewart, the original, you know what I mean, legend. So yeah, big up. That's going to be very exciting. And cuz look, let's get in sort of to the midpoint of the show. There was obviously that that news about Wilder, being arrested and stuff like that. Cuz look, in my personal opinion, before we sort of really dissect this situation, I think that regardless of what's happened, I think that doesn't affect the negotiations for the fight. I just think it's just something for the press, to really gain some more views, gain some more engagement, and just to get people going crazy right now. So that's just my personal opinion, Cosman. But what's your general thoughts about what you saw? What
Do you know
think?
what?
How
I
it
mean,
would affect the AJ
I
fight?
don't know too much, and I'm assuming. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's licensed to hold a gun, or I don't know. Maybe he lost his. I don't know. Because sometimes the media can exaggerate, and he can just play along with it. But because the one article I read, it said he had guns and drugs, but he ain't gonna be that stupid to have drugs. Do you know what I mean? He's a former world heavyweight champion. So I don't know. I mean, so it's weird. Sometimes when it comes to boxers, what they do outside of boxing, I don't really follow that too much because I have no interest. I'm more interested in the boxing ability, how you come across as a boxer, but what they do in their personal life, I really don't care. If I'm honest with you.
Look, even Tony's saying here, does Wilder even need a gun with his hands being a weapon?
Well, there you go. Do you know what I mean?
Equalizer. I'll take away 20 men from his purse for being a moron. Look, a lot of people are gonna, have their thoughts, of course, man. But look, big up Rico, man. Obviously, I just clocked on. This is Rico's page, man. Obviously, big up Rico is obviously one of the members of the iBoxing Hub family, and look, we're just excited to have you on, viewing our shows. So look, thank you for showing some love. For me, cause regardless, the fight, with AJ, the negotiations, regardless, I think it's still happening. It's not going to affect any of that. So for those that think that something like this will affect the negotiations, it wouldn't, because remember we saw a similar thing with Tank, and what happened? The fight still happened, ended up still being on the levels of what it became. And look, man, it's all news, man. It's all news, press, clickbaits, whatever you want to call it. I think like you said, we obviously focus on the boxing, and I'm just excited about what we're going to talk about today. But look, before you say what you're going to say, big up people once again. Look, it's just showing some love, man. Obviously, saying that you guys are awesome. Keep it going, bro. You're tremendous as well. I'm enjoying your shows every Thursday and every Saturday. So, guys, make sure you tune into the iBoxing Hub channel. We've obviously got Rico and Ra doing their shows on there. So, guys, make sure you show some love and support like how you've shown us. Yep, Rico's shows should be on tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to get a confirmation from Rico himself. Are we going to get one? Boom, we got one from iBoxing Hub. So it's on.
I believe Saturday as well.
Sorry?
I believe tomorrow and Saturday.
Yeah, I believe Saturday as well.
So, what's your views, right, on Conor Ben calling out Tank and Keith Thurman? I'm just hella confused, bro.
He's calling out who?
Tank, catchweight.
Sorry, man. Look, much respect. Look, it's not even respect to Ben, respect to him, honestly. But look, it looks like he's chasing a bag at the moment, man. You know,
and I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that. I mean, I know he hasn't been active for a while. Do you think
man.
by him not being active, do you think it's affected the bag?
Oh, it's not fair. Like for me, there's guys that have been like, no disrespect to Conor Ben, like I like what he stands for. I like what he represents. You know, the destroyer. I respect like everything, but I think there's been guys that have been in the game that haven't, you know, gone through what he's gone through, that deserve, you know, those shots against the likes of Tank, Pacquiao, you know, before Conor Ben. But look, if it's a high demand and people want to see it, why not, man? But for me personally, I just want to see him just back in the ring, just get back in the ring. I don't even care who it is. Just get back in the ring, get his ring sharpness back, and then build up to one of these big fights. Not just straight away like that, man. For me, in my opinion.
So catch weight, would you say
Tank's
huh?
regardless, like I'll say this live on camera, regardless of what the weight is, Tank's winning. Regardless of the weight, Tank's winning. There's levels to this game. Like what people don't realize is, look, yes, people could say we're fans, we ain't been in the ring, we need to be in the ring to have a certain opinion. But look, we've got eyes, we're watching the sport, and you could see that Tank, he has more armor in his locker to take out a man, not just through his boxing ability, not just through his footwork, not just through his explosive power, many different ways, man. He's just on a different scale, and I think that if there were like a catch,
I know this sounds silly, yeah, but I can actually see that fight happening. You know, Tank vs Conor Ben on Showtime, yes, and they might potentially even block or ban Eddie Hearn from attending. Now, I'm actually listen. The build up on that, yeah, will be electrifying.
You see, like
honestly, I think, yeah, that fight there, I believe it will do serious numbers.
But I don't want to see Tank fight Ben, bro, man. Like I want to see Tank. Nah, man, he's
okay. Look. Obviously, Tank. Tank might be fighting Pitbull, the rematch. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I've heard. Or
what's going on, Haney? What's going on with that winner of Haney and Loma? Like, you know.
Well,
like,
look again.
Fights, cuz
it may happen. I don't know, but in the meantime, all I'm saying is like, look, Tank needs to stay busy. You know.
Look, even saying it as well. Look, not long ago, Ben was 160 and he's going from 160 to 140, losing mass. It's a lot. It's very bad. But also as well,
yeah,
he like Bukayo Saka also mentioned as well. Like, big up to him. Look, Tank is elite. Ben is yet to be proven and tested.
But here's the thing. We're saying that he's yet to be proven and tested, but look what he's going through at the moment. Like, I'm not gonna go into it, but like, he can't fight here in the UK. He needs to be busy. He needs an opponent, and we need to tune in. Now, we don't really want to see him fight nobody, but if he was to fight the likes of Keith Thurman, again, it'll be good. But then last time he fought was what, 2 years ago? I haven't really seen much of him, so there's no point in even hyping up. Tank. Everybody wants to see Tank. When Tank has an opponent, everybody's there. And I'm telling you, I think, yeah, this could. I'm not saying it will beat the records of Ryan Garcia and Tank, but it could potentially do serious numbers pay-per-view. I reckon, yeah. No, that's a fight. I don't mind, but I know it sounds silly. Yeah, some people say it's a fantasy fight, but dude, if Tank replied back and said, "All right, cool, catch weight, let's do it." I don't know, August, bro. That's gonna be a. Just picture the press conference.
I'm not gonna lie. I just think that Ben doesn't deserve to fight Tank, and I'm just saying it like that. It just doesn't deserve. There's guys in the queue that is way before him, man. Like, do you know what I mean? That's why I think that it's more him chasing the bag as opposed.
I hear that, yeah, but unfortunately, like with the business, yeah, in boxing, yeah, like look, there's a lot of people who are elite or world class, etc. But unfortunately, they don't get the popularity. They don't get that marketing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, look, clear example. Like, look, Andy Ruiz before he fought AJ, the casuals didn't know him. Maybe some boxers knew him. The casuals didn't know him. After he beat AJ, now look, he's amongst top 5 or top 10. Do you know what I mean? And my point I'm just trying to say is, it's like there's a lot of people that Conor Benn can fight, but people may not want to see that fight. But then I think a lot of people who are below Conor Benn, they could probably possess something. Do you know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, we're living in the time where, big name sells. Do you know what I mean? It's like, look, Keith Thurman fighting Conor Benn, it's like, yes, it's all right, whatnot, but
that makes more sense than him fighting Tank. Like,
don't get me wrong, it does, but
with sense, because like, obviously Keith Thurman's not been active, he's not been in the ring for a minute, and Conor Benn's obviously had these situations. Put them together to fight. I think it's a perfect scenario.
But the thing is, I think Conor Benn, I think he wants to test himself. Do you know what I mean? He wants to test that. Look.
Test yourself against Tank. Not against Tank. Test yourself against one-time Thurman. Like, one time. Yeah.
Do you know what, yeah? We need to ask. I'm going to put it on Instagram, yeah?
Sorry to cut you off, man. Let's not disrespect one-time Thurman, please. Let's not disrespect the champion. Like, he's an ex-champion, ex-world champion as well at welterweight. He had those scraps with Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. At one point, like, come on, cuz, like, let's not disrespect Keith one-time Thurman. So if he needs a tester, come on, is that not a better tester to fight one time?
Don't get me wrong, it is. But look, he's the one. Look, he said he will fight. He wants to fight Tank or Keith Thurman, right? All I'm saying, from a boxing fan point of view, that's a good fight. I don't mind. Do you know what I mean? Because okay, I put it this way: if he was to beat Tank, people would be like, oh, well, you was naturally the bigger guy, or blah 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 blah.
I don't think he does, cuz
if Tank beats him,
I
then
can't imagine him doing it.
He's got to eat a lot of humble pies. But I'm not gonna, I'm gonna put it out there on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Like, who would you want to see Conor fight, Tank or Keith Thurman?
It has to be Keith Thurman, cuz for me, in my opinion, it has to be Keith Thurman. Like, Ben, no disrespect to him, I'm not putting him down or nothing, but he doesn't deserve to have that conversation fighting Tank out of nowhere as well. Like, for what? Like, no disrespect. Like, I'm not trying to mess up someone's business or nothing, but like, I think a fight with Keith Thurman makes more sense than fighting.
Listen, I agree. I agree with you, and I hear you. But all I'm saying is, like, look, I don't know.
I'm saying it as well, because he's even saying that Conor Benn has called out Amir Khan, Kell Brook, Manny, Ryan Garcia, and Tank.
I've said this before, yeah. I think Manny might give him problems. No. All jokes aside, look what Manny done to Keith Thurman one time. See what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, look, just avoid Manny, because, all right, let's just say if he was to beat Manny, people be like, yeah, but look, he's old. He's what, mid 40s, what, blah blah blah. But man, like Tank,
different levels. He's just a different level, man. But look, cuz we've got a few minutes on this show.
Yeah.
Get down to the main event preview, which you know what it is.
Yeah.
He's my, and I can say this, like, top 3 in terms of who I'm enjoying right now. You have to put El Presidente, of Mexico, Canelo, Saul Alvarez is obviously fighting homecoming this weekend, cuz, against Jack Ryder. Firstly, cuz, just lay it out for me, man. Who's winning?
Oh, like, do you know what? Yeah, obviously Canelo, innit? Canelo. But it's sad though, because remember, even though Ryder is mandatory, it's like no one's giving him no chance. Nobody's giving him a chance. Like, do you know what? I would like to see him go all the way to 12 rounds of distance. And what if he loses? I'll still rate him. Like, you know, yeah, he held it down. You know, he probably, but it's just everything's against him, man. It's in Mexico. You know, he's a big underdog. The pressure's on. However, I rate him. Like, look, he's worked hard to get this opportunity. So this is a big payday for him. You're looking at what? Roughly average 5 to 10 mil. He's set.
He's set.
After this, he could even retire if he wanted to. But, you know, it is what it is.
100%, cuz. Like,
but, okay. How do you see this one going? Do you think Canelo's going to stop him, or do you think it's going to go to points?
So he's going to stop him. I think he's stopping him inside 9 rounds, I reckon. He's going to stop him inside 9 rounds. I just think, like, you just have to look at how Canelo breaks down his opponents, man. Like, I was just going through sort of his reels of some of his, you know, explosive knockouts, the way he's broken down fighters. You look at the fights against sort of Triple G. You know, the second one was more of a war per se. Then you obviously got the Kovalev fight. You know, Plant, the way he handled him in the end. Like, Plant is no easy cookie, but he handled him in the end. And also Billy Joe. Like, you got to just think about how he's sort of beating these guys, man. And I just think at 168, that is his weight division in my opinion, and I think that's where you'll get the best of Canelo in 168. And I just think eventually, as good as Ryder is, take him to deep waters, and eventually I think inside 9 rounds he's gonna take him out. I think he's gonna get a stoppage, in my opinion. And look, who thinks? Yeah, because look,
I reckon. Do you know? I reckon Ryder can go to distance. I reckon he can. Well, I don't know. He could potentially do better than Billy Joe. Billy Joe, was he stopped around 8 or was it around 10? Can't remember.
Yeah, it was around 8, 9-ish. I believe. But obviously, like, the guys get involved. If you remember the exact point, boom, put that in for us. But eventually stopped him. So my point is, I reckon Canelo because remember, one of the reasons why I respect and love Canelo is because he doesn't fight for, obviously he's a prize fighter, he fights for this, but he's more for his nation. You could see that when he goes to the ring, you can see the entrances, you can see the energy, like he feeds off the Mexican crowd, you know, rooting for him. And I think he uses that as a tool to, you know, elevate his performances, man. And it helps, man. It helps. And especially the fact that he's going to be in his hometown. He's not in his home country. He's not, you know, fought in Mexico for years. So you know how excited he's going to be. If you think about the AT&T Stadium where he fought Billy Joe, for example, you saw how the Mexicans turned up for that. Imagine how they're going to turn up for Canelo at home. It's a different level.
I've got a question to ask you. So, Bivol's looking to go down to 168. So if Bivol beats Canelo again, right, is he going to vacate the belts? Is Canelo going to retire?
Look, guys, before I ask that question, man, obviously big up to a 22 Mr. He's obviously saying Ryder will make it out of Guadalajara if he beats Canelo. Cuz yo, it's peak. But look, you got to give him credit for going to a man's backyard to Bukayo Saka's happened in the 8th round against Billy Joe. You see, so the fact that he's able to obviously stop him at this time, because I just think Jack Ryder is going to take a miracle for him to, you know, pull out a victory against Canelo, but it's not impossible. We're not saying that he can't do it, but in terms of the chances of him doing it in Mexico against arguably the king of boxing, you know, he's got that aura, he's got that energy, undisputed champion. He's obviously, this is his first world title shot, right?
Yes. You
know what I mean? He's got a lot of things against him, but look, big up to him regardless anyway. I just think the event, the show is going to be great, so big up regardless.
My question, so when Bivol beats Canelo, what's happening? Is he going to vacate the belts?
Oh, what? Oh, Is he going to vacate the belts? What?
Yeah.
So you're saying if Bivol comes down to 168 challenges?
Well, he is. He's coming down to 168.
Definitely. So he's gonna. Yeah, he has to vacate it. Yeah, you have to share it out.
So that division is gonna be
open.
On fire again.
Open. So we was talking about the light heavyweights. These man Yard, Buatsi, Dan Aziz, Callum Smith, bro, Lyndon Arthur, all these men are gonna have to look at the division and think, if Bivol moves out and he got. Come on, cuz got a good opportunity.
So basically, Bivol is going to be the super middleweight savior. So basically, if Bivol becomes undisputed super middleweight champion, he's going to vacate the belts and probably go back up just to prove a point that, look, I've beaten Canelo at light heavyweight. I've beaten him at his own weight. Anyone can do it.
Bring the belts home. Bring the belts home, Jack Ryder. That's what he's calling for. But look, I can't even lie to you. And look, big up 22 Mr. as well. He's obviously saying that he's a grafter. John Ryder, I agree. Glad he's obviously going to secure his family's future. Look, I'm happy for Jack Ryder as well. He's a blessed guy, and I just wish him the best for this fight. But look, I'm not going to lie. I'm a Canelo fan, cuz.
I reckon he'll do the job.
I
reckon Jack will do the job, bro.
El Presidente.
But if Jack does the job, he needs security because there's going to be a riot in there.
Man, is he even going to make it out of the stadium? Talk about Guadalajara. Is he going to make out the stadium even? So, but look, regardless, anyway, I'm really, really excited for that fight. It's going to be a massive, massive, massive event. Big up, obviously, the Zone. Big up Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, for putting this together. Big up Ryder's team. Big up Canelo's team. And I just hope that both warriors could go in there good, come out also good, so that they both could, have a bright future in the sport, man. So I'm just obviously going for Canelo to get the stoppage inside 9. But obviously you're going for...
Ryder might shock the world.
He might shock the world. If he does, big up to him. I'll happily put my hands up on the pod on Sunday and be like, look, white flag, credit to him, man, honestly. And I'll apologize to him for doubting it, honestly. So, yeah, cuz, man, obviously coming up to the last bit of the show, of course, coming up to the end, really, man. Is there anything you wanted to sort of get off your chest, before Saturday? Because Saturday is, the big one.
Roll on Saturday. Roll on Saturday. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe. We're here every Wednesday at 7:30, Sunday at 7:30, and our co-host is also on Thursdays and Saturdays at, I believe, 8 o'clock.
Oh, you know what? We will do a watch along.
We will do a watch along. Honestly, we will do. I know we haven't done one yet, but we will definitely do a watch along. Trust me, and it'll be a big one as well.
We'll do a big. It will be for a big fight as well. We're just making sure that we might do a big look. We've got plans in the making anyway. We've got a lot of things that's going to sort of be changing in these next few weeks anyway. But just keep staying tuned. Just keep following us. Just keep supporting us. And the more support you give us, the more we're just gonna give in terms of content. We're gonna deliver some tremendous content over the next few months. So big up, big up, big up. Yeah. What's the topic? Guys. Oh yeah, we've covered it. So obviously on YouTube, we're gonna obviously put the links up so that you could watch this show again. But once again, guys, you can also listen to the audios on Spotify as well. We're gonna upload that ready for you to listen to tomorrow. So if you're going to work, if you're driving to work, or you're going on a train, Spotify, you've got iBoxing Hub in your ears ready if you can't watch it on YouTube. So we're looking to do a watch party at some point, to watch one of these fights. So it's all in motion, guys. So massive shout out to our followers, massive shout out to the audience, listeners, and wherever you are as well. Big up, enough love, and I hope you guys have a tremendous evening. Cuz, can you wrap this up for us, please?
Like, share, subscribe. I'll go by the name of Biyenge, which is yours Truly Tre, and we're out.
It's another bang. All the miles and cars now, with your bag it up. Light up my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a bag it up.